Welcome to Utah's Fly Corner. I'm show you how to tie a real super simple leech fly. You can swing it, strip it, dead drift it, and it works pretty good. Hook I have here on the vise is a Mustad 79580 number 8. I like this streamer hook. Of course, Mustad went and remodeled them, but I still have a whole mess of the old ones left. I'm going to put a little bit of weight on the fly. It's just some lead tape, adhesive back lead. Just trimmed it. Just going to line that on up towards the eye. Nice and tight. Pull it nice and tight and come back down. About halfway. And just pull and break it off. You can take your thumbnail and smush down any of the uneven ends. The thread I'm going to use for it, that I like to use, is a Montana Flyco Midge body thread in black. It's a metallic thread. It's a 230 denier, so it's pretty strong stuff. Start that at the eye. Line back over the lead. Don't worry about burying it. Let's go back to about the point. And what I like to do is I make a loop, and then I twist this loop. This is going to be my rib. Put that back in my material keeper. Now, the entire fly is made of one feather. It's a one feather fly. This is a bird fur feather. It's from a they're Spay Capes. Whiting makes them. This one's a mini one. Off a mini. It's just a black fur, much like marabou. What I'm going to do is I'm going to gather the little bit, a little tough for a tail. Just make sure that your ribs off to your side. Take a loose turn, tighten that up, throw one more on top of it, see where it's sitting. Looks good. I'm going to lift it up. Going to wind the thread back up. To about there. And then what I'm going to do, I know you can't see with the camera, but what I'm doing is I'm stroking the top, the feather upwards, and I'm gathering all these pieces here. This is going to end up being your hackle. So I'm just going to wind this for the body. Bring it up quick. Covers up quick. And where that wants to stop. Wherever you run out, that's where you stop. Get them on top. Get my thread back to there. Then I'm just going to catch this feather in. That's your hackle. Don't cut that off. Don't break it off. Just let it be. I'm going to counter wrap the marabou body. You can skip the rib, but they just fall apart a little quicker, that's all. Now when I tie out the rib, I just wind this around my thread a couple of times and tie them off with 2 tight turns. Now we're ready to wind the marabou. I'm just going to want to get all wild on you. That's alright. Just gotta, as you wind, just keep stroking the feather back. Just want to wind, one turn right in front of the other. And as it gets down to the little stub, if you want, you can use your hackle pliers. I generally don't use them unless I absolutely have to. What I'm doing is holding that bit there tight with my finger, and I caught it in, nice and tight. Now it looks like just a big old mess, and that's how it's supposed to look. So don't worry about that. If it looks like a great big mess. When I prepared the feather, I stripped off the little shorties. Use those little shorties then. As your little bit of dubbing. I just don't like the little bit of white color in there. Well, wind down towards the end, wind it back up, and you can whip them. Watch when you pull your whip tight with the metallic threads like that. Just be real careful when you're pulling. That's basically the fly. You can leave it as is, it'll work just fine. What I like to do is I'll break off this marabou around the back part of the bend there. And that's the fly. Super simple. You can tie a mess of these up real quick, and the fish really dig them. When it gets all wet, when you're pulling on the pull, all this lays back nice and flush, and then on the limp tug, you know, it all bellows out. And gotten trout with these. The smallmouth love them. You know, bass, and it's just a super simple fly, and they work great. Tie them in black, brown, even white. You can put different. You can actually do a different rib or skip the rib altogether. That's the fly. I just call it a simple marabou fly. And I'm Johnny Utah. Check me out on my site, www.utahsflycorner.com. Thanks for watching.